Alright, so here's the second half of the lesson, distributive property and like terms. I will have it titled 1-7b. You don't have to add an extra title. You can literally just add or start from your last notes. So here are three terms that I want you to copy down, and we will discuss them very shortly. Alright, the word term is basically in math what we use for any type of a letter of the alphabet or a variable, a number, or if they're actually, if you have both, if they're together, like 3x is a term. Negative 25y is a term, right? Then we have the word coefficient. Now, coefficient is actually the name of the number that's in front of your variable. So like the 3 in 3x, the 3 is the coefficient. And then we have the word constant. And a constant, we just mean a plain, regular number. 4, 7, negative 24. No variable. So it's just what we call concept. And I'm going to show something on the board real quick that will make this stuff a little bit easier to understand. All right, go ahead and write down this long phrase. It's 6a squared, or a to the power of 2, minus 5ab plus 3b minus 12. So go ahead, hit pause, and copy this stuff down, and then continue to listen. So again, a coefficient is the number in front of a variable. And remember, a variable is any letter of the alphabet. So we have an a squared. That's a variable. What's the number in front of it? The 6. So the 6 is the coefficient. This 5, or more specifically, it's a negative 5. I know it looks like minus, but it's going to be a negative 5 is a coefficient, and this 3 is a coefficient. Do you see how 12 is not a coefficient? There's no variable here. There's no g, no I, no x. So we call that a constant. Now, the only other thing that we have is the word term, right? So term is anything in math that's a letter or a number or both. Well, this is both. So 6a squared, that's one term. This negative 5ab, since they're all together, that's one term. 3b, 3 terms, and then this negative 12 is our fourth term. So there's 4 terms here. And terms are usually always separated by minus or addition signs. Okay? So hopefully that made the vocab a little bit easier before we go into what the phrase like terms means. Alright, so take a moment. Copy down this definition, a little side note, and then copy down that example. All right, good. So now I'm going to go over what a like term is. So a like term is actually a term, right? So that's the thing with the letters or numbers, or they have both, with the same, this is going to be key, the same variable. Now, this is why I have a side note, because sometimes we have different types of x's, right? We have an x with a little 2 on it, or we call it x squared, or we have an x to the power of 4. These are not the same as an x. When I say a like term has to have the same variable, they have to be identical, including the little exponent. Another way I like to think about this is video games, right? You have PlayStation. Well, this is the original PlayStation. The 2, that's a PlayStation 2, and in this one, I don't know if they have PlayStation 4, but that's PlayStation 4. They're all PlayStations, but they're different. They're not the same. Like the PlayStation 4 might not work with the PlayStation 1, okay? So just like in math, those aren't the same. They look like they have things in common, but again, these are not the same. So you've already written down this problem down here. So this is how I like to tackle like terms. So the first thing I do, is I look at my first term. I got a 5x. Well, what's this variable? An x. So all I'm looking for right now are plain, regular x's, but I'm going to put a box around this 5x. No x. Now this has an x. Now this is where you got to be careful. This is an actual negative 3x, or if it looks like a minus 3x, when you box in a term, include the operation in front of it. So I have a 5x, a negative 3x, that's a y, that doesn't match, that's a 4, that doesn't match. So I have my 5x with my 3x. Then I look for another term. So I'm going to change it. Instead of using boxes, I'm going to circle. Well, this is a plain number. Or what do we call that? A constant. Right? There's no variable. Well, this 6, that's a term. He has a variable. Or that 6 is called a coefficient. But here's another plain number, that 4. So I'm going to circle and I'm going to include the plus sign. So that tells me it's a positive 4. So what's my next things? Well, now I have a negative 3 and a positive 4. And then, well, I have this 6y. And there's no other terms that have the letter y. So guess what? He's just going to fall on down, or I'm going to drop him down. And again, I still am going to use this plus sign, plus 6y. Now this is where we actually combine, or means add, or put together. So again, these are both x's. So you're at, over here, that's going to stay in x. So now I just look at 5 and negative 3. Different teams, so it's going to be subtraction. The 5 has more players, so it's going to be a positive 2x. Then I have a negative 3 and a positive 4. The 4 is bigger. He's on a different team where he has more members. So that's going to give me a positive 1. So I'm going to put that positive 1. I'm actually going to put a plus sign. And then I'm just going to drop him down. I can't add that 6y. He had no one that was like him. So here's plus 6y. Right? So that's how we combine like terms. And again, the key feature is they have to have the exact same variable. I'll show another example that has variables that look similar. All right. Go ahead and copy this down. If you need to, hit pause. Remember, this is, quiz yourself. How many terms is this? All right. If you would have said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms, you would have been correct. So now we're going to look for like terms. So again, I'm going to use my trick. I have an x squared, right? Like PlayStation 2, not PlayStation 1. That would be lame. So I got my PlayStation 2. Maybe I do a single line underneath it. I look for other x2s. Well, that has an x, but not an x2. There's an x2, but remember, I'm going to include the minus sign. There's an x, and here, there's an x, but it's not an x2. So I have 3x squared, and then a negative 5x squared. I'm going to change and go to a circle, and I have a positive 4, but what's my variable? xy, and they have to be together. So they're done. Here's another xy. And then this has an x, but no y. It's not the exact same variable. So again, we're going to bring these down, and we get 4xy, and that's a positive 2xy. And then, last but not least, it's actually the bigger number, we have a plain 7x, right? It's the only one ever that has a variable with a plain x. So I'm just going to drop it down. Now I'm just going to do my math and we'll be done. So again, these are x squares. They stay x squares. All right, so we have a 3 and a negative 5. That negative 5 has more members. They're on different teams. Negative 2x squared. These are both positive. All right, so we get to add them up. We're going to get a 6, and these are xy. So when I say a 6, if it's positive, go ahead and put a plus sign in front of it. And then this guy all by himself, again, If it's positive, go ahead and put a plus sign in front of it. So that's going to conclude the 1-7 lesson on the distributive property and like terms. Again, make sure everything is in your notes and have a math-tastic day.